Hello, friends that live within the internet. My name is John, and in this video, I'm going to share some tips and tricks with you that's going to improve your Git skills. Now, this might become a mini series, so if you like this video, please hit a like, subscribe, and I'll do more of them. Now, the reason why I'm doing this type of video is because I think a lot of developers struggle with Git. Now, the reason why I'm saying this specifically is because the other day, someone on one of my teams did a Git force push and completely lost their whole day's work. Now, if you want to become a coding legend, losing your entire day's worth of work isn't going to cut it, and it's just going to make you like an absolute chump. Now, if you have to constantly ask people how to use Git at work, then obviously there's some skills that you need to improve. Now, the number one tip, and where we're going to start, is you need to be using the terminal. Delete all your GUIs, your source trees, your Git krakens, or whatever you're using. You just need to use everything from the terminal. Now, obviously, for the first about 2 weeks that you do this, you are going to be a little bit slower at Git. However, trust me when I say this, after 2 weeks, you'll be able to start using Git through the terminal and you're going to be a lot more productive. And if you start using Git through the terminal, you're not going to do these silly mistakes by accidentally losing your entire day's worth of coding changes. So if you haven't come across one of my videos before, as I said, my name is John. I recommend that you hit that subscribe button because I do weekly YouTube videos on development, productivity, career advice, all that beautiful stuff. So if you want to be a legend, hit subscribe now. Okay, so the focus of this video is to get yourself out of trouble when you're doing one of these Git force pushes. So, as I said, someone that I worked with spent a whole day redoing all of his changes because he thought he lost things. However, if he just knew about the correct Git command, he would have been able to get himself out of trouble within about 5 minutes, and he wouldn't have looked so silly at work by telling people what he'd done. So if you don't want to be looking silly, this is for you. So as you can see, we've got this absolutely empty directory here. So I'm just going to create a file called index.html. Boom, saved. Now, what I'm going to do is put the number one in there so it's obvious what's going on. So we need to create a new Git repo. So we do that with git init bruv. And then what we're going to do is a git add and then a git commit. And then we're just going to call this commit one. So it's super obvious to you guys what's going on. Now let's just create commit number 2. And then let's do the same process, git add, git commit 2. Perfect. So now if we do git log, what you can see is it's very clear we've got 2 commits, number 1 and number 2. So now let's spice it up a little bit and let's do an accidental force push. Well, let's do something where it looks like we've actually lost our changes. So what we can do in this instance is a git reset head. So this is going to move the pointer where the current branch is, and it's going to roll it back 1. So if I wanted to roll back 2 things in a log, I could put 2, I could put 7, but seeing that we've only got 2 commits, we're going to roll back to the last commit. So now if I do a git log, you can see that I've only got this number 1. So we've lost our second commit. So let's just put 3 in here. And now what I'm going to do is do a git add. I'm going to do a git commit, and I'm going to call this 3. So git commit -m 3. And then if I clear and do a git log, what you'll see is now we have lost our number 2 commit. So there's panic. Ah no, we've lost number 2. I've lost all my day's changes. So this is what happened to the guy that I worked with the other day. So in these situations, what you want to do is a git ref log. And as you can see, when we're doing a git ref log, it's going to give you a log of all your local references. Now, see here, we've actually got our commit to, because every single time you do a commit locally, it's going to create a branch for you. Now, just because you can't see it in your actual live git log, doesn't mean it's not on your computer anymore. So what you could do with your git here is you can get this SHA number. Now, when we're working with the git, most of the time you'll do a git checkout by branch name. However, you can also check things out by the SHA code. So if we do git checkout 34 blah blah blah, you can see that we've got this URN8 attached header state. You can look around, make some experimental changes and then commit them. So if I do a git clear, what you can see in my index at the top here is I've got number 2. Beautiful. I just want to do a clear. And if I do a git log, you can see that now I've got 1 and 2. So I'm back to where I was, and then if I did a git commit, this should then git add, well, let's just put a dot in there so I haven't lost my changes. So I could do a git add now, git commits, git commit. Let's merge it in, clear, so at the top, clear, sorry, and git log. So as you can see now, I'm back to where we were. However, I've lost commit 3. So all we need to do is just git ref log. And as you can see, we have our commit 3 with the commit 3 char there. So all we need to do is git check out that char code. And then, oh, that looked like it was the wrong one. So we can do a, what was it? A786. Let's overwrite them, so we can do a git reset hard, git check out that, and as you can see, we've got our number 3 changes back. So if you're ever using git force push and you think you've lost stuff, before you panic, before you have to redo anything, before you make yourself look like an absolute chump in front of your work colleagues, just do a simple git ref log, and it's probably, you know, a 9 out of 10 chance that you are going to be able to get your changes back. You can do it on the sly and no one's going to know that you made a little bit of a git mistake. Now that video was super short, however trust me when I say this, it can save you hours and hours worth of frustration when you accidentally think you've deleted some of your code. Now if you like this video and you'd like to see me carry on this series on Git, please leave your comments below because there's a few other things I think I could share with you which will be useful. Again, if you want to see this stuff, I'm happy to do one of these videos. Otherwise, if you watch this point of the video and you haven't subscribed yet, stop being an absolute numpty, hit that subscribe button so you can become a coding legend. Also, I do a weekly newsletter. There's a link below. Click on that. Every Sunday you'll get some cool new links about what's new and interesting in the web, and you also get some content updates about when I do new videos or blog posts. So click on that if you want to keep up to date with me, because I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, if you want to do me a solid, hit that like button, trick YouTube into showing my videos to more people. Otherwise, I hope you find some value from this. This tip is a really good one if you ask me. Hope you have an amazing day wherever you are in the world right now, and happy coding, people.